Hey everybody! Welcome to What's John Doing? I am John.
I am Christiana. And what's Christiana doing?
I don't know, what is Christiana doing?
Showing you what John gave me for Christmas.
Alright, well first, this is our No Effort December. I'm going to start calling it No Effort November because it takes effort to get the proper month. And we are, of course, starting with the eggnog. Apparently this is a thing. I just wanted eggnog when I did the first video. And then I happened to pour some in the second video. And now this is our thing. We're doing eggnog in all of these Vlogmas videos. By the way, this is Vlogmas 4.
I think you just want an excuse to have constant eggnog in your house.
I will have constant eggnog in my house with or without the videos. This is not a new thing for me.
That's fair. Eggnog is the best winter drink.
It's the best nog. Cheers.
Cheers.
So we went a little crazy on gifting, and we're going to show you all of the things that we got each other for Christmas. Unless we forget some somewhere, because there's a lot of things.
Yeah, we already started redistributing them where they belong, and it's fine.
It's fine.
We have still a lot, even if one or two of them are missing.
All right. I'll go first. I got one of the first things I opened. This thing. Look at this. This is a lighter, but it's like I am going to do.
Nope.
I thought you were gonna stop me again.
Look, there's only one way some people learn, and I just need to accept that.
Well, I will be having a lot of fun with this. I've already drained the battery. Okay, we're at 3 of 4 bars, so I didn't drain that much. But I plan on burning a lot of things with this.
In a very responsible manner. Safe and responsible.
Safe and responsible. Look at that.
It's on fire now. Good job.
Yeah. Hopefully that smoke detector doesn't... Ooh, that smells good. All right, your turn.
Well, because it's closest to me, I got a baby Grogu, Baby Yoda, little Grogu sweater that is very cozy, and it's a little cardigan, so you can just throw it on over whatever, and it's so cute. And I decided to wear it for this video because it's green, and that's Christmassy.
And so she pointed out that she liked it in February, and that day I went and bought it. And I've had to keep that secret since February. I'm not good at keeping secrets. I'm really, really proud of myself for doing that.
I am very grateful for it. There were many times since February that I've gone into the store where this is sold and almost bought it, or almost bought something very similar. And it's a good thing that I'm cheap, because it's great.
And I don't think they have it anymore.
Uh-huh.
They didn't when I was there a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
So I made sure to buy it at the right time, I guess. So I got...
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, la 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 la. Tis the season to be jolly, la 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 la. Come we now our gay apparel, la 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 la. Hey, it's Yuletide carol, la 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 la. Take it, Russ. La 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 la.
So the Christmas vacation car. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to push it again. I love the root ball on the back. Lots of different things that it sings and says. We just watched Christmas Vacation. I watch it like at least 3 times a year. It was her first time watching it.
It was delightful. It was not what I was expecting it to be, and I'm sad that that was the first time that I watched it. I would have enjoyed it a long time ago.
I have seen it, I would guess conservatively, 150 times in my life, and I still laugh hysterically at it every time. I saw you gave me a couple of looks when I was like having trouble keeping my composure.
I know, it was delightful. Okay. I got these vintage book metal bookmarks. If you happen to be on my channel ever, you might have picked up. I like to read a lot, and so these are adorable. This one that says The Great Gatsby. I'm not a fan of The Great Gatsby, but if there were cats in it, I'd give it another shot for sure.
She's a bookworm. I don't get it, but whatever makes her happy. All right. So we just showed this on her video, which actually won't be coming out for a couple of days. Turkey-shaped pasta. How? This is perfect, except for one thing. I don't know how well you can see that. 7 servings. This, they're saying, is 7 servings. I made 2 of the family-sized boxes of Velveeta mac and cheese shells last night. 2 nights ago? I don't know. I ate it all in one sitting, and that's probably about what 2 of these are. So it's 1 John serving. It's 14 normal person servings. But I am so excited for turkey pasta.
Ooh, this is probably my one of my favorites. It's a very fancy version of Pride and Prejudice, which is my favorite book. Might be, well, we'll say top 5, but one of my favorite books. And then it has illustrations and some little, let's see if I can, some little like leaflet things that come out that have to do with the story, like Darcy's letters in here, if you know, you know. Some like invitations to the different events that go on. It is beautiful, and I can't wait for this to be on my shelf. And it might be too beautiful for me to read this copy, but
okay, so this, I was really excited about. This was the first gift that I opened. We did stockings before that, but it's Christmas Jeffrey. I have a Jeffrey Lego set, courtesy of the Lego Kingpin. I don't know if he watches my YouTube channel in general. I'm almost certain he doesn't watch this channel, but he gave me that like back when Toys R Us closed, and this is gonna go right next to it. And he's wearing a Christmas sweater. And this is from the current Toys R Us, which is at Macy's. I urge you to go to Macy's right now and buy toys, just so it stays in business. We've already lost Toys R Us twice in the last 5 years. We don't want to lose them again.
oh, since this one's out, don't forget it. It is a Food Ninja mixer thingy, which, again, this was something that I brought up on my YouTube channel. I hate having to hand mix things, and by hand mix I mean like manually completely, and so an electric mixer is absolutely perfect, and I think it is slightly a ploy for him to get more cookies, but I'm okay with it because it will be much more enjoyable to make those cookies.
When I gave it to her, I actually said, "Merry Christmas, now make me some cookies." It's a bit of an inside joke. I wasn't actually being mean. I feel like I need to say that.
Yeah.
But when I was at the store, and I told her the story already, I didn't want to get her a cheap one. She'd mentioned she wanted one, so I tried to get her a nice one. And KitchenAid has a cordless one. It's battery powered. And so that's the one I picked out. I brought it all the way up to the front before I realized I know this woman well. She does not plan ahead.
No, for sure.
You, and I mean this lovingly, would come downstairs to make cookies, realize you forgot to plug it in the night before, and just end up using a regular spoon to mix them.
Maybe. Or I would plug it in with the intention of, okay, yeah, I'll come back in a few hours and I'll make the cookies then, and just completely forget.
I got her the electric one. I put that one back and got the plug-in version.
Yeah, this will be much better suited for my lifestyle.
So, I think you guys are going to think this is weird. I think only she would understand my sense of humor here. She got me throw pillows. It's a banana duck. I have a banana duck. It randomly showed up in the mail one day. I don't remember buying it or ordering it, but it's a statue of this guy. And she found another slightly smaller statue of the banana duck. And he's gonna watch you now. A pillow. But it doesn't stop there. Orange chicken! This is amazing. I actually tried searching after I opened this online for a sculpture of orange chicken. And all I could find was orange chicken.
Yeah, it is a little bit more of a common phrase compared to
Mhm.
banana duck.
I even tried adding other words like sculpture and statue and whatnot. And it would literally just be chickens that are orange in color, not an orange chicken. This is totally up my alley, and I absolutely love it. She knows me very well.
Glad it worked out. Well, then, my probably favorite, or tied with the Pride and Prejudice book, is he made me merch.
She doesn't have merch for her. What kind of YouTuber doesn't have merch?
The kind that has 158 subscribers. So, but it's the thing that I say at the beginning of my videos, which is, you're watching the Christiana 321. I am the Christiana. And then on the back it says, hey everybody. Because I say that a lot at the beginning of my videos too. And it's so sweet. It's so cute. And so I've got a t-shirt and a hoodie. And I wear hoodies constantly. Even during the summer if I'm inside. And so I'm so excited. So remember to like and subscribe this video and channel, and then also go to the Christiana 321 and like and subscribe there.
Mm-hmm.
Just had to get my plug in early.
Yeah. Yeah, show them the tag. I added a little bonus here.
So, just in case anybody wanted to know who my merch collaborator was, recognize that guy?
That way, if she ever leaves me, I'm still going to be attached to her in some way.
Yeah, or I have to get rid of my merch. That would be a difficult call.
She loves merch too much. She wouldn't do that. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little story. If you don't follow the other channel, then you're going to be a little confused. But we were set to fly out one morning with Delta Airlines, and there were about 47 delays. Long story short, we ended up flying out the next day, but we didn't realize it was going to be the next day. So we spent our several-hour delay just driving around town, going to shops, and one of those was an antique mall. At that antique mall, I saw lighthouses. I love lighthouses. It's my thing. And I saw one in particular that I recognized right away. Cape Hatteras Lighthouse is my favorite lighthouse. I've visited it only once before, but I have been to the top. I think this is the one I went to the top. One of the lighthouses in the Outer Banks I went to the top, but this is my favorite one. And she found a sculpture of it. Well, we kind of both found it there. But she didn't buy it because we were, in our mind, going right to the airport afterwards to get on the delayed flight. So, what'd you say?
And I didn't want you to see me buy it.
Well, that too. You said you, hid it on the right shelf so you could remember which one?
So, while we were at the antique mall, we split up, I think, go to the bathroom, whatever. And so, while he was away doing his thing, I snuck back to the lighthouses, and I kind of hid it a little bit. Because I knew we were going to be in Georgia for a few days. I wasn't really sure when I was going to be able to come back, and luckily it was still there. But yeah.
Now, for future reference to you and anyone else watching, my other favorite lighthouse is the Nubble Light in Maine. I've been there multiple times. I even have a t-shirt from there. So, that one's not a public one, though. I think, the Coast Guard or something owns it still. So, I don't know if they make sculptures for it, but just food for thought.
What about the one in Cuba City?
Oh, So for my birthday, We got to stay at a lighthouse, courtesy of her. And this lighthouse was in the middle of a farm field in Wisconsin, near the Iowa border.
Yeah, there no water for miles and miles around.
Hundreds of miles.
I'm sure there was a river somewhere, but yeah, no, it was a lighthouse to look over the cornfields.
Mm-hmm. It was really cool. I loved every minute. It was an old farmhouse in the middle of a cornfield. We even took some corn from, it wasn't their cornfield, it's presumably the neighbor's cornfield, but they
Maybe
don't know.
we don't mention stealing of the neighbor's produce.
We did not steal the produce. Isn't produce fruit?
I feel like it's any kind of plant product.
I always think of fruit when I think produce.
Well, you also don't like eating vegetables, so.
That is true. Vegetables are gross.
Anyway. Yeah, I know we started there. There were some plants that were specified that we were allowed to pick. Mostly just the apples, and we did not pick those. So.
It's because a couple days before that, we got like 40 pounds of apples.
Yeah.
And then on the ride back, we saw a stand that had some free apples. And they're still in my freezer because they had worms.
Yeah.
I'm going to feed them to animals. Don't worry. I'm probably not going to eat them.
That's an important part of the story. We still have them because they had worms. It's not a normal statement.
Well, if they didn't have worms, we would have eaten them by now.
Right. Let's see. I'm gonna combine some of these. So, combined with the cardigan, we also have this Grogu Baby Yoda kitchen set with the mitt and a whisk and a spatula, like one of the little baking spatulas. And then, I'm so sorry for the sound, but this Grogu eating one of the little froggy dudes for chip clips.
I bought her this specifically to whisk her off her feet. She hates my jokes.
No, it's just, I can't always think of a good comparable one quick enough. Especially with the pressure of the camera.
Yeah. I feel like the camera would make it easier because we can always go back and edit it if it was any month besides December.
Right. Okay, so action. And I want to spatula you off your feet.
Aw, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. Alright, what do we got here? Oh, so this one, you're gonna see in tomorrow's video. I wore this all day. Christmas tie. It's not a clip-on, it's not a regular tie. Look at that. And as I recall, we were getting brunch, and there were a couple of women who thought I looked cute wearing this tie.
They did. They complimented his outfit.
Cute was the word they used.
Yeah.
I am cute.
Very cute. Well, I think it was the tie in combination with the shirt you were wearing.
Yeah.
That was also a really great
I was
shirt.
wearing a different Christmas shirt, not this one.
Yeah. In one of the videos where you're wearing that tie. You'll see it again.
Tomorrow's video.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Got a bag of Reese's Snack Mix.
Reese's.
Okay. I believe it was misremembering a particular Reese's snack that I had mentioned before, but I'm very excited to try this one. I've seen it several times, I just have not grabbed it yet. And we also are going on a road trip soon, so this will probably be eaten in the first couple miles, give or take.
Speaking of eating in the first couple of miles, gingerbread Peeps. These are not regular Peeps. Peeps are delicious, but these are gingerbread flavored. I don't know if you can see what I was pointing at, but it's on here somewhere. Go to Target and get these right now. That's the only place I've seen them. They are amazing. They're gingerbread flavored Peeps. And along with that, we've got moon pies and eggs. Reese's peanut butter eggs. Reese's peanut butter eggs. There are a whole bunch of them. Those are the superior Reese's product.
And that's why you got the eggs and I got the snacks. It's because Reese's are delicious in any form, but we have our individual preferences.
You should show him the one that Hank Green spoiled. Hate that guy.
Okay, well, I can only get to 2 of them. So, there is a channel called the Vlog Brothers, if you haven't heard of them. They were like some of the OG YouTubers, but every year they have a charity called the Foundation to Decrease World Suck, where basically they do a fundraiser called the Project for Awesome. I know, lots of great words. And they raise a whole bunch of money, sell a bunch of products, to like raise the money, and do a 48-hour telethon, and the money raised during it goes to charities that are selected by the community. Anyway, so I was telling John about it when this happened, beginning of the year. I forget, I think it was in February maybe. And as I'm telling him about it, I turn on to, or we're texting, we're not in the same place. I turn on the telethon and I hear Hank say, "And thanks, John, for your donation and buying the socks." And John is a common name, you know? What are the chances that it was him? But just in case I didn't purchase that particular perk, which was good, because I'm pretty sure it was this John, and he got a shout out for this donation to charity that he had just heard of like 3 minutes before.
So, Hank Green, if you're watching, you suck. Thanks a lot.
But, so that was 2 of the socks, and then there's a 3rd sock somewhere in my box of presents.
I hope there's more than just a 3rd sock.
3rd pair of socks.
Okay. Alright, so as you recall, I enjoy very large versions of things that are meant to be small and very small versions of things that are meant to be large. So she got me a little tiny copy of Clue. It's got all of the cards and all of the pieces. The little pieces in there are like the size of screws that go in glasses. You will lose them instantly.
Yeah.
I will probably swallow them, but I won't choke because they're really tiny.
I won't even notice those going through your system.
They're like crumbs. Colonel Mustard will go right through me. With a lead pipe.
Yikes. Yeah, some of his presents I did buy recently, but this was one that I bought way before he made that video. I'm just gonna put that out there because of another present that's coming up. That is one that I knew without a video telling me.
I mean, we did have the conversation about how I like very large versions of small things and small versions of large
Yeah,
things.
we've
several
talked about
times.
that many times.
Although I have noticed there have been several times now where she's gotten me a gift, and it was shortly after me saying something about that gift, and she always has to say, for the record, it was before that. For instance, we were at her sister's house, and I went to the bathroom, and they had a toilet light, and I came out and mentioned how I thought I'd swallowed a flashlight the day before or something. It really caught me off guard, but I love it, and we talked about it several times about how great it is.
I had to, like, hold it in because I had purchased one for him, like, a few weeks ago for his advent calendar, and I had to just sit there and be like, oh yeah, no, I mean, it's cool, I guess.
I feel like this has happened multiple times now, where after I get you, for the record, it was before that was mentioned.
That's the problem with buying gifts, like, so far ahead of time, is then, like, when they come up, it no longer seems like I just knew this would be a good thing because there's so much time for it to come up naturally in conversation.
Okay.
See, got a bucket.
Told you I was gonna get her a bucket.
If anybody from my family is watching, I got a bucket. I don't need any more buckets. I have a bucket now.
By the way, we're opening gifts now because we're going out of town at some point for the holidays. And so we decided it would be better to do it here rather than bring them all with us. That's why you're seeing our Christmas gifts so much longer before Christmas.
This was in the bucket.
That was in the bucket. The Yoda snack clips was also in the bucket.
Yes. I forgot that there was another Yoda thing, and so I didn't bring them out with the other Yoda things.
She always says how much she wants a bucket, so I got her a bucket. Well, what do we got here? Oh. On the topic of food, I got lunch for work on Monday. The Cheetos mac and cheese, if you haven't tried it, is... Now, I haven't tried the Easy Mac version. I just get, like, the regular stovetop version. Cheetos mac and cheese is the best mac and cheese I've ever had, and I don't even like Cheetos. I tried the jalapeno one, and I tried the Flamin' Hot one. I wasn't a fan of either of those. The flavor is just off. But these are awesome. So I got 2 of those, and I'll combine another one here. I should have showed this one earlier. Cousin Eddie's. When I opened it, all you could see was like the top of the shirt here. And I said, "Oh, Christmas vacation shirt." And she was like, "How did you figure that out?" Not realizing that you can see it on the tag. You see, both of us gave a shirt to the other with something awesome on the tag.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Equally awesome.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm not nearly as awesome as that movie. That movie is perfection in a bottle.
Mm-hmm. Got this book. It's got my name. I share a first name with the author. And also, it's got a cat on the cover, which is very on brand for me. Christiana brand, you might even say. Christiana brand, the author, has written a lot of great books, but I don't own any by her, so I'm excited to have one on my shelf.
I don't know anything about the author or what that book is about. It could be like an adult themed pornographic book for all I know, or a satanic cult book. I have no idea. I just saw a book and it was cheap. It was just a couple bucks. So if she doesn't like it or doesn't plan on reading it, she can throw it out. I don't care. But it not only had her name on it, but it had the correct spelling of her name, and I just had to buy it.
Yeah, it is kind of a unique name, so it's nice to see it in the wild sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I got all that stuff. We got some... I guessed this one right away before I even opened the package. Bath and Body Works candles. Now, not only did I guess it was a candle, I said Bath and Body Works candle because I could feel the edges of this on the wrapping paper. It's got the fancy holder. We've got the cinnamon spiced vanilla, and this one is called Christmas cider. But to me, it smells like hot. It's really shiny. Hot tamales. The light was reflecting right in my eyes. For those of you who don't know, I love candles. I love good smelling things. I have 2 of them burning right now. One is a $40 Pottery Barn candle that I got from work. So that's a thing. $40 candles.
Yeah, these were not $40, but they were expensive.
I was very thrilled. I've never been ritzy enough to have a Bath and Body Works candle.
Oh.
I usually go for the Glade candles. Strong smell. They're like $3. These are usually... I would consider Bath and Body Works very expensive for candles.
Yeah, it is.
So I was very happy about that. And the little holder, which fits this perfect. There'll be lots of extra space when I put a Glade candle in it when these are done.
Oh. I got this tin that can't close right now because I didn't pack it quite as tightly as it was, but it's full of cat themed things. So there's these cat sponges, cat like bag ties that you can put it on like cables and produce and other things. But I think the intent was for bread bags.
She likes to use the little thing that comes with the bread bag, like a weirdo.
But it breaks after like 3 tries.
Yeah. I just spin the bag and fold it over and we're good. Bread doesn't last long in my house. I eat it very quickly.
And then a cat that will hack up hairballs. I already have 2 of these. They're called cats.
Yeah, but those ones, the hairballs aren't gross and they launch across the room.
Yeah.
It's like a Nerf gun, but it's a cat that you squeeze instead and it's a hairball that shoots out.
But I also really love the tin because I can use it for cookies.
Mm-hmm. I'm running out of stuff here. Oh, right front and center, we've got a book. What If? So if you read the XKCD comics, yeah, I always forget what order they're in, and I was reading it upside down. That's who wrote this book, and it's random questions like, what if this? What if that? For instance, is it possible to build a jetpack using a downward firing machine gun? Or let's assume that life on the nearest habitable exoplanet, and they have technology compatible to ours. If they looked at our star right now, what would they see? I'm just opening the random ones. Those ones sounded kind of boring, especially the second one. What would happen to the Earth if the sun suddenly switched off? But basically, it's a whole bunch of random what ifs, and they're short. It's perfect, like pooping material, where it's like 2 pages. You know, you squeeze one out, you read 2 pages, you wipe, and you go and carry about your business. So this will be a very interesting book, and I'll actually be able to read it. She got me a book, and I wasn't upset.
Yeah. Let's see. There are more presents in here, but got a couple of Christmas ornaments that match my tree. Very cute. Got some cat magnets. I'm being full of cat stuff.
My problem is, I bought stocking stuffers to fill her stocking, and I don't know how big stockings are. I could have filled like 10 stockings. So a lot of these got wrapped and put under the tree.
Got 2 candles. This one has a gingerbread cut out of the top, which I think is amazing. And also it smells really good. Gingerbread.
That means you can burn it with the lid on.
Yeah.
Alright, I think I'm down to, well, I'll do these little ones, and then the last big one.
Well, you got the one that went under the...
Alright. So, I've got a clip-on computer phone stand. So, when I do a lot of stuff on my other channel, when I'm like going over numbers and stuff, I will set the phone on the desk. And so you get to see my double chin up here. So that'll be nice for that. Also got Phase 10, which is a game that we play together a lot. We play it virtually mostly. I got cooling face and body cleansing wipes. So we'll see if these actually cool me off. Let's see, it's got aloe and eucalyptus, the nobleman. And I'm not really gonna be able to try these until summertime, but like when I'm working down south in the summer and it's like 10,000 degrees and Satan himself would be like, man, turn the AC on. That's when I'm gonna try them. And reaching. This is so cool. It's a magnetic wristband and it's really lightweight. I've had these before and they're like so heavy it's like having an ankle weight on your arm. But it'll hold like drill bits and screws and everything on your arm. I'm excited to try this on my next project because I have a habit of losing drill bits and screws.
Got a chocolate orange. It is orange shaped, but it is mint chocolate. I think it's supposed to be like Andes mints, which is a tradition in my family to give an orange or a chocolate orange. And this is better because orange chocolate is kind of gross. Then 2 of these little like face roller thingies that you put in the freezer, and then it feels really good and decreases puffiness. If any of you guys have puffiness in the morning, this helps. And it just feels super good. I don't know if it actually decreases puffiness.
I didn't even know that's what they do. I just see her looking at them all the time, so I bought them.
And then for stocking stuffers, also got this tiny strawberry milk that has some non-English writing on it. I'm excited to try it, but I'm also a little nervous. I'm not familiar with this brand.
Well, it was from World Market, so.
I'm sure it's great.
It says sangria. Is this alcoholic?
No, that's the wrong spelling.
Oh.
It's product of Japan.
Product of Japan.
There's quite a few more things. But
Well, I'm down to the last one unless there's something put away. Now, this is a last minute gift on her part. Well, just to clarify, she probably bought it before the video.
no, I did buy that last night.
If you recall, when I was buying the Magic 8 Ball, I was looking at the Lego sets. And she got me the bonsai tree. So, for those of you who are going to buy me this, go with a different one of the sets that I showed you. I mean, I could have multiple, but actually, I will take a second one because you see you can do pink or green, so I could have one of each.
Would be nice.
Yeah.
The last one that I'll show is this tiny pie maker. You can make tiny pies.
Merry Christmas. Make me a pie.
No, it is single serving, so I'm going to make me a pie.
I bought one for myself, too, when I saw them. They looked awesome. And you don't need to limit it to delicious pies. You can make meat pies, too, which are also delicious pies, but different type of delicious.
Yep.
You fill it with like steak and gravy and mashed potatoes and strawberries and apple and cinnamon and maple syrup.
I'm
And
getting hungry.
not really, but I do want pie right now.
That's fair.
Okay. Any others you wanted to show, or is that everything?
I think that's everything that I can say something fun about.
Okay. I left out a couple of the little stocking stuffers too.
Yeah.
Right.
Dear.
Oh dear.
There's only one reason why this is a good gift.
So, we got the deer. My joke is, whenever we see one of these, I go, "Oh, it's only $1." Well, this one's $3. It's $3. Did you say that's why you bought it? I made that joke the second I opened it and saw it.
I don't think that's why I bought it, but maybe I just like knew intuitively.
We were shopping the other day, and I made that joke. First, I would say, "Oh dear," and then I would say, "It's only $1." And I did that probably 4 or 5 times, and every time I tell a funny joke, she just goes, "Ha ha 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 ha." But I feel like it was a lot less enthusiastic than that after about the 3rd or 4th time I made that joke.
Yeah, I feel like the first time you made it, I had a genuine like laughing type or chuckling reaction, and it just became less and less genuine every time.
I told her she's gonna have to get used to my sense of humor, specifically my repeated jokes like that one. When it's gold, you just keep running with it, and she's gonna have to deal with that for a long, long, long time. So, like, eventually I'm just gonna start saying it, but you'll see she's mouthing the words to it right next to me while her eyes are rolling.
I would never.
Well, that was all of our Christmas gifts. Most of our Christmas, I can almost guarantee you there are others that I forgot about that are somewhere else in here.
Yeah, you also had a chocolate orange.
Yeah, where did that go?
It's over there.
Where?
It's in front of the Blu-ray player.
Oh, the Lego set's blocking. Yes, there was also a chocolate orange, but another mint one like that. So that is this video. 38 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to edit this. You might just get all of it, so I apologize, but this is No Effort December, and you knew what you were getting into when you started watching this, so. Anything you would like to add?
Have a good end of the year.
Merry Christmas. Comment below the awesome or terrible Christmas gifts that you got this year. I don't think I got any terrible ones.
I mean, when this is going up, probably most people haven't opened their presents
That
yet.
is true.
What are you hoping to get?
What are you getting other people, and then tag them in that comment as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, definitely tag people and share this video so that more subscribers.
And don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later.